That looks like a little pop-up out that way, Cameron, this morning. And that, again, gives me concern that we're going to see another wave try to develop a little bit later on. And again, some heavy rain still going through parts of Harlan County into southwest Virginia, over into parts of Wise County, and over into parts of Dickinson County over that way. So reports still coming in this morning. I think our flash flood emergencies have been allowed to expire, so that's some good news out there this morning, but still several flash flood warnings, and even river flood warnings there along the Kentucky River. This is that flash flood warning goes until 10:30 there for Bell, Harlan, Knox, or parts of Bell, Harlan, Knox, Letcher, and Perry counties. And we also have some other flood warnings there. It's a flash flood warning for the city of Norton and Wise County over there until 11. We've also got that one until 11:30 for Wise County. Another one for Dickinson County there. That's a considerable threat on that one till noon today. 10:30 for that one over in Dickinson County as well. A couple of different ones impacting them. So all those there going on. Then, of course, we've got our river flood warnings back over from the Kentucky River in parts of Lee County into Estill County at Heidelberg and Ravenna. That looks like that's been expanded all the way down the Kentucky River into Jackson, the North Fork there, Jackson, Hazard, all the way to Whitesburg. And again, the reports we have coming in this morning are bad. We've had several inches of rain, and some of the reports still coming in. And Cameron, you saw that you said that you saw one out of Clay County, 7+ inches in 24 hours.
Yeah, that was 7. Let's see if I can find that. I lost it as soon as you said it.
Yeah,
let's see.
It was 7+, I believe, what you told me. I'm not sure exactly.
7.2 in 24 hours.
So what part of Clay County was that in?
Oneida.
So basically, you're looking back over this way. Here's Clay County. Anywhere you see those grays or darker blues, that's probably where you've seen the heavier bands of rain coming through, and we're going to continue to watch that. Your reports are still coming in. We're still getting those. This is estimated rainfall totals, and again, showing 14.2 inches. That's not actual rainfall totals, but it's an estimate by the radar. But you see anywhere where the gray and the blues are on, it's a heavier band of rain, and you can see that going through parts of Hazard all the way over into Nott County and then eventually over into Pike County. Now, I can tell you where we have reporters headed today. Buddy Forbes is going to Virgie over in Pike County. Jordan Mullins is going to Wayland and Garrett in Floyd County. We've heard they're in pretty bad shape. Chandler Wilcox is going down to Letcher County. We know they're in bad shape. We've heard reports of people in basically just out of downtown there in upper bottom on the tops of houses, on the roofs of houses, because, again, they're stranded up there because the water is so high. We've got Alyssa Williams going over to Owsley County. Heard that some damage is bad out there in parts of the area. We've got Phil Pendleton coming. He's going to Perry County, probably up to Buckhorn. I haven't heard exactly where he's going. We'll have Jim Stratman in Breathitt County, and we'll have Keaton Hall in Knott County. Hope to have a story up from him here pretty soon because he's already got some interviews and some compelling video. We also have some drone video that we're trying to get permission to use here that's flying over Hyman, and I'm telling you, that scene was it was horrific looking, that's to say the least there. So we're going to continue to hold out a little bit for the governor, who is supposed to start his news conference any time now, but we'll continue to move through. Flood watch expanded overnight through 10 o'clock tomorrow night. Not tonight, but tomorrow night there. So we're going to continue to watch the possibility for heavy rain to linger through as we head through tomorrow and tomorrow night. And again, that rainfall risk, that excessive rainfall risk, 3 out of 4, moderate again today. And again, slight tomorrow, but again, moderate today. That's the big thing to keep in mind. I'm actually kind of surprised that they didn't take that to Hine. All right, so let's go over and take a look. This is a new video. We just got permission to use it a little while ago, so we're going to go ahead and play that for you. This is at the Buckhorn School in Perry County, and we've been told unofficially off the record that there could be some folks trapped up in that area there, maybe in the school. That's not confirmed at this point, but you see as we get a little closer to the school here, you'll see that the flood water is basically right up on the building right there. It'll take just a couple more seconds, but once we get to the building, you'll see how bad this flooding is. That's the ball fields there, just off to the kind of the western side of the school. Now here comes the school. That's the gym and the back and then you'll come around the building there and you'll see the windows. Look at where the water is. It's literally right there at window level. That water is in that school. I can tell you that. That is a school that serves elementary, I believe, through high school students out there at Buckhorn. Coming around the sign, you can see it's even higher on the sign of the building there. So again, a very compelling video. I believe that was taken by, what was her name? I put it in 3 times and kept forgetting it. Marlene?
I think that sounds right, yes.
Marlene Stokely, I believe, is who sent us this video, and we appreciate that. And again, there's the playground we had a picture of a little earlier, inundated by floodwater there, surrounded by floodwater. So again, a very compelling video out of Buckhorn today, and our Phil Pendleton will be over here for that.
I do want to pass along, Brandon, I got a note that Mayor Mobilini has declared a state of emergency for the city of Hazard because of the excessive rainfall. This is his words. Excessive amounts of rainfall in the past 2 days has caused major flooding of creeks and the North Fork of the Kentucky River. Due to countless slides, fallen trees, power outages, and life-threatening conditions, I declare a state of emergency for the city of Hazard. So that is coming from Mayor Mobilini this morning.
So that's the city of Hazard. I'm sure many more states of emergency will come out today. I talked to Pike County Judge Executive Ray Jones a little earlier this morning on the phone. They're assessing damage over there. We had heard reports that the National Guard may be coming to town, but he's been in contact with the governor. He did tell me that this morning, and the governor was like, what do you need? So I think he'll probably address all those concerns here in a little bit. Judge Jones said they were still assessing damage over to Pike County. I've tried to get in contact with countless judge executives, and I actually got in contact with the Pike County Emergency Management Director, who was standing right next to the judge executive, and passed the phone over. But a lot of folks are having cell phone trouble. There's a lot of folks having cell phone outages, especially Appalachian Wireless. We have a story on our website talking about how they have some ongoing outages in several counties, including some of those affected by flooding. More than 20,000 people without power this morning, so a lot of folks waking up in the dark. I remember seeing an email from Kentucky Power, more than 4,000 people in Nott County and more than 4,400 people in Letcher County this morning. Finally, again, a little earlier, my wife got in touch with me, basically standing on 1 foot, getting 1 bar of cell phone service just to tell me that our house was okay, she was okay, everybody was okay. So that was some comforting news to get there. We're still waiting to see if we hear from Governor Beshear. The news conference was supposed to start just a few minutes ago, but we have not heard anything yet from our director to let us know that is the case. So we will continue on here for a little while longer. And Cameron, you got any more social media reports?
I can pull up some more videos and pictures. We have plenty. I do want to say thanks to everyone that sent in these pictures and videos. Please, if you do send these in, please do it safely.
Right.
But this is on the WYMT website, so if you want to watch any of these pictures, any of these videos, you can do so on the website. This is coming from Pike County on the Bowling Fork Road. This is a video we showed earlier this morning, and you can see just the water raging under that bridge there in Pike County, as that was another county that was affected by flash flooding this morning. Let's go to our next one. This is Kentucky 582 in Nott County. You see here that post office had water about a third of the way up the buildings, what the report said earlier this morning in Nott County, and that was another county that was very heavily devastated by that flooding today. And you can see high water continued in that location earlier this morning. Let's go to another video here. This is coming from...
Hold off just a minute.
Okay.
Our sister station, WSAZ, just sent a push that he may be getting ready to get started, Governor Beshear. So we'll wait just a second there before we go on and see if that's the case. A couple of minutes behind schedule. Keep playing those videos. We'll keep talking about them until we get the notification that he's up there. Where was this one taken?
This is Perry County.
Okay.
This is Raccoon Creek Road in Perry County.
Okay.
So again, some pretty high water there.
Exactly. So again, high water reports from across the region. Several counties that were under a flash flood emergency for quite some time this morning. A little dark video, but you can see that water moving there, debris in the water. So we're going to continue to watch that.
This is off Highway 80 in Floyd County. That video was.
So that got you.
This is coming from Letcher County this morning.
Okay. Good. Yeah, and that county, I know lots of high water, the highest water I've ever seen at my house there, and this is probably taken off of a porch there somewhere, just that raging water going down the stream there this morning. So we're going to continue to keep an eye on that. Dustin, have we see anything from the governor just yet? Okay, we've still not seen anything from the governor, so we're going to continue to keep an eye out for that.
This is a picture, kind of hard to see, but this was what we dealt with earlier today
Right.
at Hazard. This is from the WYMT studio.
Exactly, that was our back parking lot.
Yep.
And you can tell how high the water got up on one of our news cars out there, and it just a lot of water in a short amount of time here across our region. We were talking about mesonet totals for the last 48 hours. The Jackson site over in Breathitt County had more than 8 inches of rain in just 48 hours. So, and maybe even more after we updated it last. So continue to watch for that. Continue to try to see what's going on. If you don't care, okay, so we're hearing that the governor is live. We may have to try to switch to another source. Try to pull up the OTT desk there, Dustin, if you can, and see if we can find him on that. But we are being told the governor is live with his news conference. We may have to join that in progress if we are able to pull that in. If not, okay, we're going to pull it up on our web PC there. Hopefully we can get audio from that, but we're going to do that here. That way we can get the news conference on the air for you and join it in progress. I think it's been going for a couple of minutes, but as soon as we get that pulled up, I'm actually going to go ahead and step off the screen. That way when we get that going there, we'll listen to him talk and see what he has to say, and we'll kind of come back and recap a little bit as we go deeper into the news conference here in the day. The rain picking back up here in Hazard. We can hear it on the roof once again. We're still trying to get this news conference pulled up there right fast, and we'll continue to kind of keep an eye on that there. Try his YouTube page, Cameron. That might be the best way to get it there, and we'll try to get that up for you there. But again, it's been a busy night. It's been a very long night for a lot of folks. A lot of folks still stranded by high waters and flood waters, and we're hoping that the governor will give us some indication of what his plans are for this as we get deeper into the daytime hours, what state resources he may be mobilizing to assist. I know that Judge Jones over in Pike County, there we go, we're going to join this in progress. Stop. All right. We were having some issues with that. We'll try to get those lined out here pretty quickly. I think we had issues with sound, so we may have to. Unfortunately, we may have to cut back and kind of see what's going on there. But again, rain continues to fall. Okay, hold on. I think we may have some audio. We'll give it just another second there. Okay, we've got it now.
All right, take it full. Can you take that full screen on your end, Dustin?
We're working that with the Department of Wildlife and Fishery as they have the capability of extracting folks who may be overwhelmed by the flooding itself. The governor had also alluded to a specific school in Breathitt County. We have eyes on that school right now. We're working out the details to go ahead and extract identified individuals at this junction from Breathitt County. We also are using our aviation assets to look over the wider area. We are tracking that some folks are currently stranded on top of their roofs. We've identified those people and are making preparations to go ahead and withdraw them. The governor also alluded to, we have 15 to 20 what we call high axle vehicles that can pass through the flooded roads to get in and assist in either delivering supplies or retrieving these folks. So quite simply, I want everybody in the Commonwealth to be aware of, and specifically those who are in the impacted area in eastern Kentucky, that your National Guard is not only already responding, we've been prepared to respond for quite a few hours at this junction. We've got assets that are on to the scene, and we've got more assets working in conjunction with other parts of state government for whatever response will develop in the next few hours, in the next 24, in the next 48 hours. Sir, thank you.
So once again, the situation is dynamic. We probably have not seen the worst of it. Sadly, we believe that we will lose Kentuckians, and a lot of Kentuckians will probably lose most of what they have. But we are actively responding, and we will have more information certainly later today with the potential for another update if necessary later in the day. I will attempt to answer the questions that I can. I think we may have, do we have Carolina on the line? Okay, let's start with Carolina. As we wait for Carolina, it also reminded me another thing we're working on is cell phone service down in many of these areas, which of course creates such challenges. We have great working relationships with at least 2 major providers that are actively working with us to get that service back up and running. Okay, do we have Joe Ragusa? No? What about anyone else? Okay, everybody, we're doing the best we can. To anybody in Eastern Kentucky that right now is scared, we care about you. We love you. We're going to do our very best to get to you as quickly as we can. Thank you.
That was Governor Andy Beshear addressing the situation. And one of the key things, even though we joined a little bit late, that I caught there, and he was talking about, we heard a little bit from the, I believe it was the National Guard commander. I believe they call them adjutant generals. I believe that's what or brigadier general. I'm not exactly sure on the position, but that was the head of the Kentucky National Guard. And then Governor Beshear said something I thought was very, very poignant there, is he expects for there to be fatalities. And we have expected that as well. We have heard reports in several counties that entire homes have been washed away. We're still working to confirm that, but the governor, with that speech there, or that address, basically confirming, or not necessarily confirming, but addressing those fears that a lot of us have as we continue through this day. And again, the rain's still coming down. It's going to continue for today, tonight, tomorrow. We're not out of the woods yet with this one. So a lot of folks, he also mentioned that some folks were going to lose a lot, if not everything, due to these floods. And it's historic. I mean, it's historic flooding. Some people we've talked to earlier today said they have not seen this flooding this bad since the 80s. And 84 is a year that was brought up quite a bit there. So, again, 1 in 1,000 year flood out there. So it's a very rare event, very historic event that people will remember for years to come, okay? What I was saying before we went to Governor Beshear's news conference, I was talking to Judge Executive Ray Jones over in Pike County this morning, and basically he was talking about what I just mentioned there, that he hadn't seen flooding that bad in a long time, and he was over in the Virgie area and been in contact with the governor this morning. So a lot of judge executives have probably been in contact with the governor trying to figure out exactly what they need resource-wise and all that. So again, we're going to continue to watch that. Now here in Hazard right now, we are seeing a little bit of a heavier band of rain trying to push through our area, but we're going to continue to see that hopefully push out here in the next little bit. And again, flood concerns continue as we could see more waves of rain today. Now, Cameron, if we can, let's pull in the most important graphic that we're going to continue to preach, the flood safety tips. Okay, this is paramount. This is critical importance because, again, we are not done. That flood watch goes through 10 o'clock tomorrow night, Friday night, not tonight, Friday night. So we've still got a long time to go with this one. So don't underestimate the power of water. Please, 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 I'm pleading with you, I'm begging you, turn around. Don't drown. It is not worth it. They were talking about how the National Guard has some specialized vehicles that they can use to get people in and out and get supplies. They talked about how they're going to do some aerial reconnaissance there, flying over, kind of seeing what's going on, maybe helping to evacuate people that way. But guess what? You don't have a helicopter. You don't have those rugged big trucks that they have. You may have a big truck, but once your tires come off of the ground, off of that pavement, and fast-moving water, it's game over. It's game over because 6 inches of fast-moving water can knock down and carry away a full-grown adult. Imagine how much it takes to knock down a kid a smaller child out there if it's fast-moving water. 12 inches, which is basically double what I had earlier of fast-moving water, which goes about halfway up on a tire, which we got close to outside the station this morning. Thankfully, it wasn't fast-moving water, can sweep away your car, okay? 18 to 24 inches, which is about 2 feet. I know that's probably not exactly 2 feet, but it gives you an idea. About halfway up on a big truck tire, can sweep it away. Again, if it's fast-moving water, it doesn't take that much. It really doesn't. Halfway up on the tire, and here's the things. You don't know what's in the water. You'll know it's fast-moving because you can see that. You don't know if the infrastructure is still there underneath the road. So, again, the pavement could buckle, and you could go into that, and the pavement could crumble, and you're swept downstream. If you go onto it, maybe the pavement's there, but all of the fill underneath it, all the dirt has been washed out. You put the weight of your vehicle on it, you're swept away. You're broken and swept away. And again, oh, my truck sets up real high. It's lifted 6 feet off the ground. It doesn't matter because it's the tires. When they lose traction and they lose the grip there, that's it. Game over. Not only you're putting yourself in danger for a simple thing, and all you have to do is turn around and go back the way you came. You're putting your family, anybody in the car, in danger with you, and you're putting first responders who have to come rescue you. Are already stretched thin across our region this morning, and then probably later today and throughout this week in danger. So please don't do that. We encourage you to just turn around, don't run. It's very simple, and it could save your life. This is a life-threatening situation. It's starting to calm down just a little bit, but again, as the governor said there in his news conference, we're expecting to see some lives lost in this situation. Cameron?
We have a new report coming from the National Weather Service in Charleston, West Virginia, that Dickinson Highway from Clinchco to near Clintwood is closed due to flooding. So that's in Dickinson County, Virginia. So if you know anyone down that way, from Clintwood to near Clinchco, Dickinson Highway is closed due to flooding in Dickinson County, Virginia. So that's the latest report from that area. And like Brendan mentioned earlier, we did get a ton of rainfall reports, and these are actually reports. These are not estimates. So I'll go through a few of these right now. In Johnson County, we got just more than 2.5 inches in 24 hours, and all these numbers are in 24 hours. So in Harlan County, just less than 2.5 inches, about 2.42 inches. In Magoffin County near Salyersville, almost 4 inches of rain this morning, 3.76 inches of rain. In Lee County, we got 4.24 inches. So again, just more than 4 inches there. Also looking at Letcher County, almost 3.5 inches in one place. This is another report from Letcher County, almost 3 inches. Then we got, the heaviest on the board. Well, excuse me, this is actually a different one. Buckhorn reports 8 inches of rain in 24 hours. Hazard, which is downtown Hazard, reports 8.55 inches of rain in 24 hours. And then we got Clay County near Oneida, 7.2 inches. So, just tremendous rainfall, and that is exactly why we had those flash flood emergencies earlier this morning, because it just came down in buckets and it wouldn't leave, and it just didn't go anywhere.
Well, and at one point we had, and this is basically the criteria for a flash flood emergency, rainfall rates of an inch or inch and a half to 2 inches or more per hour. So it was coming down in buckets, quite literally. So again, thankfully for the moment, we seem to be in a break. Here's some radar estimated rainfall totals, and you can see there in excess of 11 inches there showing up there. So that gray and those dark blues is generally between 10 and about 15 inches, but that's just radar estimates. Again, it just kind of gives you an idea of where the heaviest rain fell. It's good for that, not necessarily good for the exact amounts. And this all started basically before the 11th last night. We were on Facebook Live at 8:30 talking about how if that line to the north started to kind of drift a little bit further south, that it could cause us some real issues, and that's exactly what happened last night. And we are going to continue to monitor that as we head through today and tonight. And, of course, tomorrow as that flood watch continues to stay in effect. Cameron?
Yeah, that flood watch was extended earlier today. We were talking about it expiring at 8 in the morning, and we just thought that wasn't that wasn't far enough because we had more showers and storms on the way tomorrow. So that flood watch was extended until 10 o'clock tomorrow night. So between now and then, do not let your guard down because more showers and storms are possible, not only today, but also on Friday. And some of those could bring more high rainfall totals. So we need everyone to be sure that you stay weather aware. And I mean, you can be a hero too. If you know anyone that doesn't really keep up with the forecast, doesn't keep up with the news, the weather, that's fine. But just make sure that they know that this is not over and we can see more rain and that could lead to more flash flooding.
Exactly. So we're going to continue to monitor this over the next couple of days. But again, turn around, don't drown is the best and most important advice we could give you. And again, short but sweet on the governor's news conference. But we know that state resources are mobilized and ready to go for whatever county and city officials need them for. So we'll see if he comes back on and does another one a little bit later on this afternoon. We are mobilizing our crews, getting those out across the region. What is that public information statement that the Weather Service just put down?
That's a good question. I also wanted to pass along the library in Clintwood is reported to have standing water inside of it. That's from the National Weather Service. So,
and that's probably not the only business around the region that's
those
seen that.
Are rainfall totals. Whoa. 10.4 inches at Buckhorn Lake.
Wow. And that area was slammed. I mean, at one point last night, and we said this a couple of times earlier this morning, dispatch was paging out Grapevine Chavies, which is the closest fire department to Buckhorn Lake. For the most part, I think there's a department in Buckhorn, a smaller department, and Buckhorn got trapped. So they were trying to page Grapevine Chavies, and after a few dispatch calls, they were like, listen, we can't handle anymore. We need you to call over at Watts Caney, which is over in southern Breathitt County, which had their hands full in general. So it was a very active night, a very busy night. So we're just continuing to give you the updates, keeping you updated as much as we can, and we'll continue to kind of see how that plays out for us as we go through the rest of the day. But don't let your guard down. Stay on alert, stay weather aware, be ready for anything because this system is not over yet. We're going to continue to watch that, and we will continue to keep you posted. So again, just right there it is. So basically, we're showing you right now, this is what's causing all this mess. We're going to wrap this up here in just a second, but this is what's causing this. It's actually moved back to the north right now. When it moves south again, until it moves out tomorrow night, that's going to bring us more rain. So once you see that start to drift south, that's when you know it's going to get real again because it'll push that rain in a certain direction.
We got a report that there are rock slides, quote, several rock slides in the hazard area, and also flooding at the Perry County Park.
Okay.
So that's coming from the National Weather Service.
And we've had people that have struggled to get here today, even from our own staff, just because of the fact they would run into roadblocks. Like I know at one point one of our engineers was trying to come down Kentucky 550 there, Combs Road, and there was a mudslide or a rock slide right there in front of Turner Brothers Automotive. So he had to turn around and go back to the park, which we are now being told is flooded.
Yeah.
So, again, it's just lots of obstacles out there. So we encourage you to stay home if at all possible. A lot of folks were just kind of being out there this morning, hopefully staying at home and not getting out to be out there. But a lot of emergency crews still trying to get around. So we're going to wrap it up for now. We'll be back as we need to a little bit later on today. We appreciate you for tuning in. And we will probably be live on Facebook here in a little while.